What's going on, you gamers? Here we are, and today we're back in Outriders. Now today I'm going to be going over, kind of guessing you might be able to tell from the background, a fire skill that's to do with the pyromancer class. Now if you want to see what I think is probably the most powerful skill the pyromancer has, and definitely one of the most powerful in the game, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls, as always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, and of course a lot more Outriders along the way, along with all the latest and greatest games, and why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But today you're here to see what I think about one of the skills that the pyromancer uses, and let me tell you a little bit about why I think it is so powerful. Now the skill in question is none other than this one just here, Thermal Bomb. Select an enemy to burn, interrupt and deal 54 damage. Now don't worry if you're thinking 54 damage, well don't worry, that's going to go up absolutely drastically depending on your skill tree, what perks you've got on and other factors. It will go up really high, and this will do an absolute abundance of damage, and that's not where you're getting your main damage from anyway. Now the main thing you're going to want to do is this right here. If killed whilst afflicted by the skill, the enemy will explode, dealing 463 damage within a large radius. Now that right there is absolutely devastating. This is on really low anomaly power. That move will go up to thousands upon thousands. It will do an absolute ridiculous amount of damage, and you can put on so many different types of mods that you can kind of tailor this exactly to your needs. So as you can see from the actual footage in the middle there, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're focusing on that character or that enemy as such. Once they are afflicted by it, when they die, they're going to go up into that kind of move in the air there, and they're going to explode, and the vicinity around them is going to pop. Now not only is that absolutely really good to watch, it is also so satisfying. Watching all the enemies in a big area just absolutely disintegrate is so fun. Now if you're thinking, it's alright, I've seen better moves, there'll be better ones, let me explain why this is going to be so powerful. Now if you have a little look, I'm going to chuck on a few of the mod types that you can get to go on your armour sets. Now as you'll probably be noticing, you can tailor this exactly to how you want, and they're all so strong. So strong, it is unbelievable. If you want them to leave behind a patch of like fire as such that's going to do more damage to everyone walking through it or that's standing in it, you very well can. If you want it to mark the other enemies, so for example if you've got it slightly lower damage and you want the other enemies to be marked so that you can pick them off and then get extra health, you can. If you want to make it so that you can double up and do two of them so that it does 2 times, you can. And not only that, if you want it to do 2 times and mark 2 enemies, you can. Now not only is this really powerful, absolutely devastating for adds and clearing waves of enemies, it also is on a really short cooldown. 12 seconds is standard, and like I said, if you can use that twice and it's doing double targets each time. Now bear in mind I've only seen that on the legendary armour as such at the moment, but even so, this right here, it is so high damage when they explode. So as long as you're focus firing, even if they are adds that you're doing it to, if they're near a boss when they explode, the boss is going to know about it. Now could you imagine being able to do that to 4 targets around the boss, or in a range where the boss is actually going to take that kind of damage? Because you can also up the radius of this, so you can get 20% extra increased radius. All in all, I feel like if you go down the right skill tree for this and you boost your anomaly power high enough, you are going to have so much fun, and it is going to be absolutely devastating. If you have a little look in the background here, if you see the kind of gameplay style that you're going for, you're literally tapping it onto the adds. You put it onto anyone that you know you can kill. You want to make sure that you're going to be able to get that kill while it's marked from this skill, otherwise you're not making it have its full potential in the slightest. think of them as an actual bomb that once the health is completely depleted, everything around it is going to get absolutely decimated by the damage this produces in a wide area. It is really fun, it's really good, and as you can see, it just makes everything disappear on the screen. If you want to obliterate your enemies, if you want a really fun kind of move, then stick with Thermal Bomb, because I think late game you will see a lot of builds using this. It will be devastating for ad clear. You will be able to get it down to about a 7-second cooldown. It's going to be almost constantly up. You're constantly going to be using it. Everything is going to constantly vaporize in front of you, and it will do massive damage. Now with this skill, there is one thing you really do need to remember, and what I would imagine it as is very much like a primer and a detonator. It's like you're setting off a bomb. You actually need something to detonate it. So basically your actual thermal bomb move, so on myself where it was the RB, the one that's going to apply it, I class it as the primer, and then you need a detonator. Now for myself, the best one I've found so far, because it covers such a large area, it is so long range and it kind of applies to everyone. So for example, if you had applied this to 2 or 4 people, this would detonate every single one of them, popping a whole area at once. So Overheat deals 15 damage to all enemies with a large radius and interrupts their skills. Enemies afflicted with burn, which they already are, receive 192 damage. Instead, the burn will be consumed. So in other words, rather than kind of spreading the fire effect, you're going to be damaging them. Hopefully you're going to be popping them and popping every single thing afflicted by that thermal bomb, and doing an absolute abundance of range damage, killing ads everywhere. Right, all you guys and girls, there's also a few other mods that you can put on, such as ones that can turn things to ash near it if you want a bit of CC. There's quite a few, there really is. You will be able to tailor your game style really around that move. But yeah, for me, I am going to have that as probably my main move that I'll be using on Pyromancer, and once I've got the kind of whole skill tree down as such, I'll bring out a nice little guide and I'll show you exactly its playstyle. But for now, hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think another skill tree has more devastating moves, or another class has one that's a lot better, then let me know. But as always, take care. I'll see you on the next day.